Good morning, class 9. We are studying chapter 9, Force and Laws of Motion. So almost this chapter is completed, but we have to practice more and solve some more problems. So in this chapter, you have learned a lot. You have learned a lot of new things, Newton's laws of motion and their applications in real life, and various terms like inertia, momentum, and laws conservation of momentum. So you must understand these concepts by now. अगर आपने अभी तक की क्लासेस नहीं देखी हैं, आपको समझ नहीं आया है, तो फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट प्रीवियस क्लासेस, देन कम टू दिस क्लास, बिकॉज इन दिस क्लास वी आर गोइंग टू practice based on the what we have learned. Okay, so based on previous learning, we will have some practice questions or problems. Like first question, based on inertia, which is the natural tendency to stay in rest or in motion in straight line. So natural tendency to stay in the state, right? So based on inertia, question is which has more inertia? Inertia की वैल्यू किसकी ज़्यादा होगी? There is a ball and there is a stone. एक बॉल है, एक स्टोन है, ठीक है. सेकंड, एक 5 रुपी कॉइन और एक 1 रुपी कॉइन, एंड थर्ड a truck and a car. So all three basic concept is applied. Same thing is applied, that inertia is proportional to mass. If an object has more mass, you have studied this before, that if an object has more mass, it will have high tendency to stay in its state, in its original state. किसी भी कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट हैवी है तो उसकी स्टेट चेंज करना, डायरेक्शन चेंज करना या स्पीड चेंज करना, दैट विल बी टफ. सो दैट इज व्हाई इनर्शिया प्रोपोर्शनल टू मास. तो जिसका मास ज़्यादा है, सो ऑब्वियसली आंसर विल बी स्टोन. स्टोन हैज हायर मास. 5 रुपी कॉइन एंड अ ट्रक. सो that is the based on inertia. Some more questions like why do we fall in backward direction when the bus starts, and why do we fall in forward direction when the bus stops? Bus or car, any vehicle stops. So you know that you have studied this before, that initially when the bus starts, our body was in rest. So according to inertia of rest, our body still tends to remain in rest, so it falls backwards. And when the bus stops, originally our body was in motion. So due to inertia of motion, the body still tends to remain in the state of motion. So when the bus stops, it falls in forward direction. Some more examples, that why the leaves get detached from the tree when the tree is shaken. जब ट्री की ब्रांच को शेक करते हैं तो जो लीव्स हैं वो गिर जाती हैं. So obviously that leaf have original state of rest. They tend to stay at rest. They do not want to move with the tree. They do not want to get shaken. So according to inertia of rest, they fall. They get detached from the tree. Right? Similarly, when a carpet is beaten, किसी carpet को जो आप stick से beat करते हो उसको dust निकालने के लिए, dust comes out of it. Why? According to first law of motion or inertia. Right? That dust originally in rest, it tends to stay in rest due to inertia of rest. So it does not tend to move with the carpet. So it comes out of the carpet to maintain its state of rest due to inertia of rest. Okay, so these are various examples. So we have also studied third law of motion, that action is equal and opposite to reaction. Okay, so one question is that if action is always equal to reaction, explain how a horse can pull a cart. How a horse or any animal pulls a cart, because horse applies if action is equal to reaction. Okay, then if horse and cart are applying equal and opposite forces, then how horse pulls the cart? So actually, can you think about this? Because in this case, horse is not applying the force on cart. Horse is applying force on the earth. जैसे कि आपने थर्ड लॉ ऑफ मोशन की फर्स्ट एप्लीकेशन में पढ़ा था, वॉकिंग. दैट हाउ डू यू वॉक? वी वॉक व्हेन वी अप्लाई अ बैकवर्ड फोर्स ऑन द फ्लोर. ठीक है, एंड द फ्लोर pushes us forward. Okay, so in this case also, horse is not applying force on the cart, it is applying force on the earth. ठीक है, so horse pushes the earth backwards and earth pushes the horse in forward direction. So horse and cart both are acting at the same object. ठीक है, and horse is applying force on the earth. Right? Another question is कि why it is difficult for a fireman to hold a hose. ठीक है। जो फायरमैन जब आग बुझाता है तो पानी का जो होज होता है, तो जब प्रेशर वाटर का ज़्यादा होता है या फिर लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर होता है तो उसको होल्ड करना डिफिकल्ट क्यों होता है। आपने भी देखा हो, बहुत बड़ा पाइप हो और उसमें बहुत तेज़ी से पानी निकल रहा हो तो उसको पकड़ना बहुत मुश्किल होता है। वाई? थिंक अबाउट दिस, पॉज द वीडियो एंड थिंक अबाउट दिस। ऑब्वियसली बिकॉज water is moving in the forward direction, right? The hose is applying force to water in forward direction. Water will also apply force on the hose in backward direction. Okay, so that is why we feel a backward force. That is why it is tough for us to hold the hose. Okay, so there are various situations you have also studied in previous classes. So now we will solve some numericals based on various second law of motion, third law of motion, conservation of momentum. So you know that conservation of momentum is also a form of third law of motion. So one question is, there is a rifle, a gun of mass 4 kilogram and bullet of mass 50 grams. You know that mass of bullet is very less compared to mass of gun. That is why gun recoil velocity of gun is very less. So is fired with initial velocity of 35 meter per second. Okay, calculate the initial recoil velocity of rifle. Okay. So we are given mass and velocities, and that is also given in law of conservation of momentum. What is law of conservation of momentum mathematically? देखिए, based on with the help of law of conservation we can find out velocities. ठीक है, recoil velocities or initial velocities, because its form is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2, right? Sum of momentum before collision is equal to sum of momentum after collision. So collision means one object is applying force on another object. जब भी कोई ऑब्जेक्ट दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट पर उसको फिजिकली कांटेक्ट में आकर फोर्स अप्लाई करे तो वो कॉलिजन होता है। ठीक है, तो दिस इज बिफोर कॉलिजन, दिस इज आफ्टर कॉलिजन। इनिशियल मोमेंटम ऑफ फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्ट, इनिशियल मोमेंटम ऑफ सेकंड ऑब्जेक्ट, दोनों का सम। फाइनल मोमेंटम ऑफ फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्ट, फाइनल मोमेंटम ऑफ सेकंड, दोनों का सम। ओके, सो बेस्ड ऑन दिस वी कैन फाइंड आउट द initial velocities, final velocities. Okay, so this is before collision and this is after collision. So in a rifle, how does collision takes place? When gun applies force on bullet. ठीक है, तब collision होता है। collision से पहले as you know both are at rest. राइफल भी रेस्ट पर होती है, बुलेट भी रेस्ट पर होती है। ऐसा नहीं है कि गन में जो बुलेट होती है वो पहले से मूव कर रही होती है, नहीं, दोनों स्टार्टिंग में रेस्ट पर ही होते हैं। तो इसलिए जो दोनों की इनिशियल वेलोसिटी है वो जीरो है, तो राइट हैंड साइड बिकम्स जीरो, राइट? दोनों की वेलोसिटी सेम है और वो इक्वल है जीरो की, दिस विल बी जीरो। ओके, नाउ डिफरेंस इज इन फाइनल वेलोसिटीज ऑफ गन एंड bullet. So m1 and m2 are given to you 50 grams and 4 kilograms. So 4 kilograms is the mass of rifle. Okay, we have to find recoil velocity of the gun, and 50 grams of bullet. So 50 grams we need to convert into kilograms in SI units, 0.05. That will be 0.05 kilograms when you divide 50 by 1000. Okay, so this is in kilograms, so you have to take the units in SI system. Okay, and bullet moves with the velocity 35 meter per second. So you now understand कि स्टार्टिंग में दोनों रेस्ट पर थे, उसके बाद मोशन हुआ, bullet moves in forward direction with 35 meter per second and gun moves in backward direction, so recoil velocity is v1, this one. इसमें initial velocity of bullet लिखा हुआ है, इसको इससे कंफ्यूज मत होना कि ये initial velocity of bullet 35 इधर आना चाहिए, नहीं, इनिशियली जो है बुलेट जीरो पर ही रहेगी, 0 मीटर पर सेकेंड एट रेस्ट। ठीक है, इनिशियल वेलोसिटी इसलिए लिखा हुआ है कि बाद में जाकर जो है बुलेट रुकती है कहीं पर, तो वो उसके अकॉर्डिंग इनिशियल वेलोसिटी लिखा हुआ है. बट इन दिस केस, in conservation of momentum law, in this expression we will take it as final velocity of bullet. Okay, 35. So it will be 4v1 plus, you can solve it easily, 1.75. So v1 will be minus 1.75 divided by 4, right? You can solve it. So it is, solve it, it will be 0.4375 meter per second, 0.44 meter per second. You can solve it easily mathematically. Okay, so that's how we can find recoil velocity of the gun. You can watch it again अगर समझ नहीं आया है तो, ठीक है. You can rewind the video. I will proceed to the next problem, which is there are two objects moving in the same line and direction. Velocities are given. They collide, and after the collision, first object moves with this velocity. Okay, so that is the same thing. Collision, there is a collision, okay, of two objects moving with some velocities, initial velocities. Their mass is given, right? And after collision, their velocity is changed. So those velocities, one of the velocities is given, and one velocity we have to find out. So we will write the expression same, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This is the expression. Okay, so put the values what are given. 100 grams and 200 grams are masses. Okay, initially they were moving with 2 meter per second and 1 meter per second. So take care that it is given in grams. So you have to take SI units. So it will be 0.1 kilograms and it will be 0.2 kilograms. Velocities are 2 meter per second and 1 meter per second. So it will be 2 meter per second into 1 meter per second, right? And they collide after collision. First object final velocity is given 1.67, and masses cannot be changed, masses will be same, and 0.2. You have to find final velocity of second object. We determine the velocity of second object after collision. So do it yourself, don't just see it. ये मैथमेटिक्स है, प्रैक्टिस से आएगा, न्यूमेरिकल्स है, सिर्फ क्लास देखने से नहीं होगा. आप खुद से साथ साथ रफ में प्रैक्टिस करें वीडियो को पॉज करके. So 0.2 plus 0.2, that will be 0.4 on the left hand side, and that will be 0.167 plus 0.2 v2. Okay, so finally v2 will be 0.4 minus 0.167 divided by 0.2. Okay, you can solve it. Divide 0.2. Okay, so you can find out the answer easily. Okay, so it will be about 1.6, right? So that will be 1.165 meter per second. Okay, if you do not know how to solve it, you can write it in this form. This is also the same thing. Okay, so when you solve it, it comes out this. में आप बहुत गलतियां कर सकते हो, तो छोटी छोटी मैथमेटिक्स चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना, डेसिमल प्लेसेस का ध्यान रखना, कि ऐसे नहीं कि पॉइंट डेसिमल से डेसिमल आपने कट कर दिया और 233/2 ऐसे की नहीं, ठीक है. तो यू हैव टू सॉल्व इट वेरी केयरफुली. देयर आर 3 decimal places here, there is only 1 decimal places here. Okay, so there will be 2 more zeros, so you have to take care of that. Practice problems. Okay, so question is that any object has 0 external balanced force. किसी ऑब्जेक्ट पर नेट जीरो एक्सटर्नल अनबैलेंस्ड फोर्स, दैट मीन्स कोई फोर्स नहीं है. ओके, सो इज इट पॉसिबल फॉर द ऑब्जेक्ट टू बी ट्रैवलिंग विद नॉन जीरो वेलोसिटी? इज इट पॉसिबल दैट ऑब्जेक्ट हैज सम वेलोसिटी? ऑब्वियसली, क्योंकि फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ मोशन में सिर्फ रेस्ट ही नहीं, मोशन के बारे में भी बात होती है. देन ऑब्जेक्ट कंटिन्यूज टू स्टे इन मोशन अनलेस एन अनबैलेंस्ड फोर्स इज अप्लाइड. तो अगर कोई फोर्स नहीं है और कोई ऑब्जेक्ट मोशन में है तो विल स्टे इन मोशन. सो यस, दिस इज पॉसिबल. ओके, why it is advised to tie luggage in a bus? So obviously that is, you know very well, due to inertia. Okay. फिर है, a batsman hits a cricket ball, it rolls on ground and then stops. Why it stops? Because of force of friction. Right? There is a force on the ball opposing the motion. Next question is, listen carefully. This is exercise question number 4, chapter 9, exercise question number 4. You can open your book. Okay, so read question number, this is not 4th, this was 4th and next is 5. So now read question number 5. A truck starts from rest and rolls down a hill with a constant acceleration given. Open your NCERT book and read question number 5. Truck starts from rest, initial velocity is 0, constant acceleration, distance covered is 400 meter in 20 seconds, find its acceleration. ओके, सो फर्स्ट जो हमें क्वांटिटी फाइंड आउट करनी है वो एक्सेलरेशन है. अभी फोर्स की या मास की कोई बात नहीं हो रही है, तो वी डू नॉट हैव टू यूज लॉज ऑफ मोशन, वी नीड टू यूज इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन, 3 इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन. क्योंकि जब भी आपको डिस्टेंस, टाइम और एक्सेलरेशन गिवन, ऐसी चीज़ें गिवन होती है और फाइंड आउट करनी होती है, तो व्हेन देन यू यूज इट. Distance is 400 meter. So distance is given, means you will use either second or third equation of motion. Okay, and initial velocity is given. Find its acceleration. So obviously second or third, जब भी आपको distance दिया होता है आपको, you know that whenever you are given distance, you will use either second equation or third equation. और जब initial velocity given हो तो आप second equation use करोगे, और which was s is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, because truck starts from rest, so its initial velocity will be 0, so that will be 0. Okay, distance covered, how much distance is covered? 400 meter in 20 seconds. This is 400 meters and time is 20 seconds, means 400 p square. ठीक है, these all are SI units. Okay, meter per second, meters, right? So acceleration, simple acceleration will be 400 minus, this will be 200. 200, 400 divided by 200, 2 meter per second square is the acceleration of the truck when it starts from rest and covers a distance of 400 meter in 20 seconds. Now force, find the force acting on it if mass is 7 tons. Okay, so ये जो acceleration हुआ, ठीक है, to get this acceleration, how much force is applied on the truck by the engine? इंजन ने ट्रक पर कितना फोर्स लगाया इतना acceleration लाने के लिए. So now you will use, obviously force की बात हो रही है, तो you will use second law of motion, F equal to ma. Right? So you can solve it. Mass is given, how much? Mass is given 7 tons. 7 tons, even 7 tons. So there 1 ton, you know how much 1 is 1 ton? 1 ton is equal to 1000 kilogram. 1 ton 1000 kilogram के बराबर होता है. तो 7 tons will be 7000 kilograms multiplied by 2. So force applied will be, force applied by the engine on the truck is 14,000 newtons. Right? Newtons is also kilogram meter per second square. Right? So that is 14,000 Newton force. Look at question number 6, exercise of your NCERT book. There is a stone of 1 kilogram and it is thrown with a velocity of 20 meter per second on the frozen surface of a lake. एक झील है जिसका सरफेस जमा हुआ है, फ्रोजन है, उस पर उसको फेंका गया and it stops, it comes to rest, means final velocity becomes 0 after traveling a distance of 50 meters. Okay, what is the force of friction between the stone and the ice? ठीक है, force of friction between stone and ice. Force of friction वो जिसने स्टोन को रोका, ठीक है, ड्यू टू फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन स्टोन कम्स टू रेस्ट. So we have to find the force applied by friction on the stone, right? So we need mass of stone and the acceleration of the stone, ठीक है. So mass is given, we do not have acceleration. So to find acceleration we will use Newton's equations, and distance is given, final velocity is given, initial velocity is also given. So it should strike in your mind that we will use third equation of motion. Third equation of motion क्यों यूज किया हमने? क्योंकि एक तो डिस्टेंस दिया हुआ है, डिस्टेंस दिया है तो थर्ड और सेकंड यूज करेंगे, और लेकिन फाइनल इनिशियल दोनों वेलोसिटीज गिवन है तो हम थर्ड इक्वेशन यूज करेंगे, ठीक है. सिर्फ इनिशियल वेलोसिटी गिवन होती तो हम सेकंड इक्वेशन यूज करते, बट अब हम थर्ड इक्वेशन यूज कर सकते हैं. तो ए विल बी वी स्क्वायर माइनस यू स्क्वायर इज अपॉन वी स्क्वायर माइनस यू स्क्वायर अपॉन 2s, right? So v square equals 0 square. For initial velocity of the stone is, it is thrown with the velocity of 20 meter per second, so this will be 400. It stops after distance of 50 meters, so this is 50. So 400 minus 400 divided by 100 is minus 4 meter per second square. This is acceleration. Now we have to find force of friction. Okay, so mass of the stone and acceleration of the stone. So mass is how much? 1 kilogram, and this is minus 4, so minus 4 newtons. Now why acceleration is negative? Because this is negative acceleration, deceleration. जो स्टोन है वो जाकर उसकी स्पीड कम होती है और वो रुक जाता है, that is why minus. इधर फोर्स माइनस क्यों है? Because this is the opposite force. This is the force of friction, which is opposite to the force on the stone. ठीक है, force applied on the stone. There are two forces: force applied on the stone due to which stone moves forward, and there is force of friction due to which it stops. So this is force of friction value. That is why it is negative, minus 4 newtons. Look at question number 7 of your NCERT book. Open your NCERT book. Look at question number 7. I am also reading this. There is an engine which weighs 8,000 kilograms. This engine pulls a train of 5 wagons. इस ट्रेन में 5 कोचेज हैं और ईच कोच का जो मास है वो 2000 किलोग्राम, ठीक है. इंजन का मास 8000 किलोग्राम है, 8000 किलोग्राम का इंजन है, और जो वैगन्स हैं वो कितने हैं? 2000 किलोग्राम्स के 2000 के 5 वैगन्स या कोचेज, ठीक है. टोटल मास देख सकते हैं आप कितना हो. नाउ इंजन exerts a force of 40,000 Newton. Engine applies force on train 40,000 Newton, but also there is force of friction between the wheels and the surface. That force of friction is 5,000 Newton. ठीक है. So 40,000 Newton is the force applied by engine and 5,000 is friction. So what will be the first question is net accelerating force. Net accelerating force. So net force की वैल्यू क्या होगी? What is the effective force? Net force means effective force. तो applied force minus friction force. That is the actual force applied, क्योंकि friction force भी, ठीक है. मान लीजिए applied force equal to friction force, ठीक है. जब applied force friction force के equal होता है तो movement नहीं होती है. There will be no movement. तो it will be equal to 0. It means net force is 0 if these are equal, but in this case these are very different. Applied force is 40,000 Newton and friction is 5,000 Newton, so net force is 35,000 Newton. It means there is some net force, there is some force effective which is equal to 35,000 newtons. इतना force जो है work करेगा. This force we will take into account. Okay, अगर दोनों force equal होते तो net force 0 होता, कोई movement नहीं होती. So this is net accelerating force. Then acceleration of the train. You have to find acceleration of the train and you have given force and mass. तो जब आपको force और mass given हो तब acceleration आपको find out करना हो. So obviously you will use F equal to ma. So according to F equal to ma, A will be F divided by m. 35,000 divided by mass of the train. So you know that total mass of the train is 8,000 plus 10,000. This is the mass of engine, this is the mass of coaches. So total force on the train by the engine, okay, will be equal to mass of the train and acceleration. So total mass is 18,000 kilograms. Okay, acceleration. You can find out easily value of acceleration, right? So it will be, when you divide 35 by 80, so it will be 1.9 something, right? 0.9 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. आप आगे भी सोल्व कर सकते हैं. So this is the acceleration of the train. Part C, force of wagon 1 on wagon 2. ठीक है, force applied by wagon 1 on wagon 2. ठीक है, पहला कोच दूसरे कोच पर कितना फोर्स लगाएगा. ठीक है, so देखिए, there are 5 coaches, 1 2 3 4 5. These are attached to each other. So 1 they are asking that force applied by 1 on 2, how much force is required to 1 by 1 to move 2. ठीक है, so which mass will we consider? How, आपको पता है m एक्सेलरेशन तो चलो सेम होगा, मास हम कौन सा कंसीडर करेंगे इस केस में. देखिए, अप्लाई फोर्स किसको करना है, 1 का. ठीक है, और जिस पर फोर्स अप्लाई हो रहा है उसका मास हम लेते हैं. लेकिन इन दिस केस, टू मूव वैगन 2, this wagon 1 also need to move all other 3 coaches. ठीक है, क्योंकि जब 2 मूव करेगा तो बाकी के कोचेस भी मूव करेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, आपके पास, आपने एक ऑब्जेक्ट को अपनी तरफ पुल किया, तो ठीक है पुल किया, लेकिन अगर वो ऑब्जेक्ट किसी और के साथ भी कनेक्टेड है, देन यू विल हैव टू अप्लाई मोर फोर्स डिपेंडिंग ऑन द मास ऑफ बोथ ऑब्जेक्ट्स. ठीक है, नाउ अगर दोनों ऑब्जेक्ट मिल गए हैं, जुड़े हुए हैं, तो आपको दोनों का मास जो है काउंट में लेना पड़ेगा. इन दिस केस ऑल्सो यू विल टेक बोथ मासेस. इफ दिस इज 1 2 and 3, देयर आर 3 ऑब्जेक्ट्स एंड यू आर आस्क्ड, दिस इज यू, मान लीजिए ये आप हो, दिस इज ह्यूमन, कि हाउ मच फोर्स इज रिक्वायर्ड बाय यू टू मूव सेकंड ऑब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, तो यू विल टेक मास ऑफ बोथ सेकंड एंड थर्ड बिकॉज दीज आर अटैच्ड टू ईच अदर. You are actually moving both 2 and 3, not just 2. Similarly, in this case also, wagon 1 is not only moving 2, it is also applying force on all others because all others are attached to second wagon. 2 3 4 5, all these are attached. क्योंकि फिर 1 we are asked force applied by wagon 1, so 1 को हम exclude करेंगे, बाकी सभी को include करेंगे. ठीक है, तो मास कितना होगा, mass of coaches 2 3 4 and 5, it means mass of 4 coaches, एक कोच का मास 2000 है, 4 कोचेस का मास 8000 होगा. ठीक है, मल्टीप्लाई बाय एक्सेलरेशन इज सेम 1.9 समथिंग, so it will be 8000 into 1.9. okay, so you can solve it. 19 into 8, 152,000, and it is also point, so it is about 15200. Generally you take 2 decimal places, so you should take 2 decimal places in account. Okay, so we will multiply 194 to 8. okay, that will be 1552 and 00 newtons. This is the final answer of us, that force applied by wagon 1 on wagon 2 is equal to the mass of wagon 2 3 4 5 multiplied by acceleration of the train. Okay, so that is how we can solve this. This was question number 7. More questions you can practice. Question number 8 is very simple. एक vehicle है जिसका mass 1500 किलोग्राम है. What is the force between vehicle and the road if vehicle is to be stopped with negative acceleration of 1.7 meter per second square? Mass given है कुछ और negative acceleration है, means force applied by the road or brakes on the vehicle, and negative acceleration is 1.7. minus 1.7 meter per second square. So you have to find how much force is required to stop the vehicle. So mass is given, acceleration is given. You can simply use mass into acceleration. You can find out.